Morning, everybody. Today is Monday, April 29th. Yes. And it should be our last day doing Durum. So that means we'll have about 1,000 acres in. And I look back, April 30th was the earliest I've ever started before. So we're well ahead of the game. Forecast looks like we'll probably get 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain tomorrow, which would be great for the Durum, provided we get done the Durum today. So this is the last load of fertilizer that we need to finish up down south. I'm gonna get that loaded. Then we gotta do some running around. We gotta figure out what's left in the field. I gotta take the Volvo to Precision Ag to get some fertilizer because I got a bit of a test plot going on. That reminds me, I gotta go get test plot stakes that Eric left me. He said he left it in the shop. I'm not sure, I haven't been in the shop yet. If everything goes good, we should have everything moved up here by the end of the night. And we can do some playing around, but we have to change out some rollers in the front tank and reassign it. I'll talk on that a bit later. But she's real crispy and humid this morning, so we got to make sure we're running that air guard. Yeah, we got a lot going on today. It's good. Well, I think every day we're getting a lot better at using that drill. Yesterday, so Dad tried to do a boundary a couple days ago. He said it wasn't working right for him. We're not sure what happened, but I did a boundary yesterday. All of a sudden we're like, it's working. We figured like, oh, we can play with it, we can disable it. Or sorry, not just the boundary, the headland we can disable. If you said like, oh, I'm gonna do this much headland and go back and forth. Or you get mad and you're just like, no, I'm not gonna do that, or whatever. So we got that. Moved over onto this side. So we just finished the field. I don't know if you can see, maybe see the trucks, where it'd be over there. Yeah, so we got done that side. And we calculated, we didn't know exactly what was here because there's some water laying around. And like, I'm thinking it should be 55 to 60 acres. I was playing on Google Earth. And, you know, I know what the normal total is, but I also know what the sprayer does, and also tend to overspray a little bit at times. Like I'll wing into stuff. We weren't 100% sure what it was going to seed out to. We took a guess. We said 60 acres. Worked out to 55 once we did the perimeter. Well, at least that's what the icon system was telling us. And so then we figured out how to do the fit to field thing, and Dad's going to try it. The reason we're doing it, this is the first time even trying it, because this is the last field of Durum for the year. So after this, it's actually supposed to rain tonight. So Dad's gonna finish up here. Should be 2 hours. And then he'll boot her up home, hopefully. And we'll clean out the drill tomorrow. If it's not raining, just the seed compartments. And we'll get all converted over for wheat, which just means I got to set up the treater and we got to sweep out the grain trucks. That's it. But yeah, it's supposed to rain. Hopefully it does. That would be great for this Durum, just to wake it up, warm it up, give it a kick in the ass. Eventually, I'm going to do like a drill review video. What I like, what I don't like, kind of the future of where I see it going, some options I wish it had, etc., etc. But right now I would spend a lot of time going, no, never mind, that feature exists. So I've spent more time in the drill this season probably than my last two put together. Okay, seems like the fit to field worked pretty good. We're still learning how to override certain things. So a lot of what's going on with the drill is, you can't really call it operator error. Maybe operator ignorance is like choosing to not know or not acknowledge. Operator understanding, maybe? I don't know. But we're having, just these little idiosyncrasies or whatever that are just part of the learning curve, I think. We got the rain over the weekend. Was it weekend or was it Monday? I've already lost. So it's Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday we got rain. We got anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to 4/10. And it's pretty mucky yesterday. Didn't really get anything done. Well, I was doing lots of stuff around the farm, obviously. Seeding wise, didn't get anything done until about 5 o'clock. Dad said, I was out and it's dry on top. Well, let's give her. So he came out and he seeded 50-ish acres. This is our first field of hard red spring wheat. We're putting in wheatland. I've switched this iPad to the dark mode. I like it a little better. This one, it's nice to have that contrast, just where it sits. I don't know why. It's really, I think if I had it over here and tilted back, it wouldn't be so bad, but it catches a lot of glare where I put it. And the glare can make it real hard to read when it's dark. So, wheatland, we're putting the same fertilizer that we have on. Nice long rounds here. Long for us is 1 mile. So we should be crushing acres pretty good. Dad has to run to the optometrist. I'm not sure if that was booked a long time out, and he's like, maybe 1st or 2nd should be one of our first days in the field. Probably not going to be anything serious. Instead, we're flirting with 25% done. Or somewhere between 20 and 25%. I just took over for Dad, and he did not turn on the task lights. There we go. Now you can see. That's a feature I'm really impressed with on this drill, is the amount of lights. They have the task lights, which are what is there? 1 in each tank, I think. There's a good LED light in each tank. So there's one at the front that lights up the Vaderstad logo. It's about there. And there's a light, a strip of LEDs, just like that one, above each set of meters on the outside. So if you ever needed to change or inspect meters or do something down there at night, you got lots of lights. So that was really clever of them. Plus it's got the field lights, which are from each corner. They point out. See if maybe you can see me turn them on here. Controlled from the iPad. I'm quite pleased with the amount of lights on this thing. And I didn't even know that was an option. I thought we were going to have to put our own on. Not that I was going to put any on the tank, but I thought maybe, definitely in the tank, I had planned on putting some in. As far as conditions go, I would say we are flirting with ideal. I don't think it's perfect. I think probably deep down we're lacking a bit of moisture, but I think kind of the top has some good moisture from the recent rains and the runoff, and that has brought up the subsoil. But as far like the top, if you kind of over to the side. I don't know how well it shows up. But you definitely see it's blackening up good. You can. One of my favorite things to do is just, if you give the ground a kick with the heel of your boot, you can find nice wet, not wet, but like damp ground. They were perfect. We've been struggling to stay ahead with the harrowing because of, you know, some damper mornings. This air guard's kicking ass and letting us go earlier than normal, which is great. That's a great investment, I think. But as far as harrowing, you can't dry your ground out or your trash out, your residue, whatever you want to call it, any earlier than it's ready to go. So, like, we could go, but it'll just make it a clumpy, messy job. So Zach's been kind of doing that when we can. I think after lunch, if we don't get any rain out of this thunderstorm, should be fine. I think we'll get done this. We've got 95 acres to go with one fill, and this is I'll touch on this a little bit. 95 acres to go. We're probably averaging close to 28 to 30 is my guess, including our fill times. It takes us probably half an hour to fill when things are going fairly good. I don't know where everybody is. Thought Dad would be back from his optometrist appointment. Maybe they took his license away. Haven't heard from him. And Zach is, well, he should be here fairly soon. He's just at the farm, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. We can fill the seed out of the grain truck ourselves. The fertilizer's a bit more of a awkward situation.